Welcome gamers to Infinity Hexadome Tactics. My name is Daz Tactic. Welcome to the channel. This is going to be a one-off video showing what this game actually, or I guess the scope of the game, how it's played. I'm not very good at playing it, but I do thoroughly enjoy it, to be honest. There's so much in this, and there's a lot to look at. There's a lot to explain. So please, if you are wanting to just skip through to gameplay or something like that, there will be bookmarks down below. So just go ahead to wherever you want to go to in this presentation. I do want to cover where the game comes from, the background behind it as well, so I'll probably start off there. I do want to also thank the devs, Blind Spot Games, for actually sponsoring this content, and there's also the actual people who put together the Infinity Universe, Corvus Belli as well. This is all based in their whole system of different games that they've got, mainly sort of tabletop games and mainly board games. So if you're sort of unfamiliar with the where this game comes from with the Infinity Universe, I'll just do a brief explanation of where that is before we get to what Hexadome Tactics actually is. So the background behind it is essentially a set of tabletop and board game games that were put together by Corvus Belli, and they're sort of, the Infinity Universe is a sci-fi setting created by the Corvus Belli. It really is just like a way of actually being able to build different systems within this particular lore, this particular universe. Inside the universe, thousands of adventures take place. There's a place for everyone. There we go. And when we sort of see it, there's all sorts of different nations and groups that sort of make up, particularly the tabletop. The tabletop is much more of like a unit versus unit type situation, where you might have teams of 3 to 6 or something like that will actually then fight against each other. And it's not like a war game tabletop where you've got like groups of units. These are, as I said before, specialist type units that are being sent in to perform different missions. And this is what the actual tabletop, which sounds really, really cool, I've got to say. So the war game is essentially like a tabletop game, is the base game itself. And then it's got a whole lot of different board games. So we've got Rem Races. I've got no idea what that is. Hexadome Legends is actually the precursor, or it's the board game version of what we're going to be looking at, the version we're going to be looking at is Infinity Hexadome Tactics. Infinity Hexadome Legends is pretty much the identical game, but in a board game sort of setting. So that's actually where that one does come from. Then there's all sorts of other different sorts of spin-offs that they've actually had from this particular universe. So that's a bit of the history behind where everything comes from. Armed with that, I guess what we'll now do is go into the actual game itself and start to delve into what's where and how it all works. Now, if you are at all interested at any point, just go to the Steam page. There's a link down below in the description. You may want to wishlist it. Now, to actually get hold of the game itself and actually play it yourself, which is actually, I would strongly suggest that you do it. This is just a play test at this point in time. You do need to go to their Discord. You can't actually get that directly from Steam. It's not like a demo. You do need to actually become part of their play test to actually then go and play the game. But as I said before, it's an incredible experience. This is what we're looking at now, is literally just the play test. So I would, again, strongly suggest that if you are at all interested, go and do that. And certainly wishlist if you like what you see. So anyway, with the game itself, we've got a few different ways of playing. I'll just quickly go through the scope of what the game actually, what the playtest has got in it, and then we'll go through the scope of what the final game will actually end up having. So when we go into play, we've got a few different things in through here. We've got campaign. The campaign is a 6-stage, essentially an introduction to the game. It's a lot of fun actually as you sort of start to play it. It introduces different concepts to you over these 6 different sort of steps. So it doesn't go beyond the first 6, but this is really just what the play test is about. And like you end up with sort of like with a fairly difficult fight at the back end of it. But it's a very nice way of running a tutorial. So it's done extremely well. Everything in this game is done very, very well. You can see there, that's Act 1. Act 2 doesn't exist yet. So that's actually coming. So you can play through a series of single-player campaigns, not a problem. You can also go into online and play multiplayer online. if you are wanting to. You'll also notice down through here that you get different points for doing different things, which you can then go and spend, and I'll show you that as well in just a minute. And then we've got custom games as well, where you can actually then go and play a versus a bot multiplayer or join another game by entering the code. When you go into multiplayer, you are given codes, so you can actually just select someone you're going to be playing against. So multiplayer is one where you essentially get the code. It's only 1 versus 1 all the way through. But versus the bots, you'll end up sort of versing a bot team where they'll bring a team of players in. For the play test, we only have like a limited number of players that we can actually then go and play with. If we can go to my teams, so this one here is just going through. You can create new teams as you like, but you don't have very much to play with this. So if I go into, and let's just say we edit this farmer core team that we have, or let's just go to new team. If we go into the new team in through here, there's a lot to talk about with the way this actually is constructed and the different groups that do come in. So we've got like a character called Maximus back in through here, or Max you see down the bottom through here. We have Major Luna back in through here as like a sniper. We've got Gata, who is sort of like a bit of a well, she's like a fast-moving sort of agility type runner, and then we have 8-Ball through here, who is more about sort of like taking over locations. So it's sort of got to enforce a melee type unit. If we go into the actual group itself and start to select like a new unit, let's just say that we're thinking, okay, well, let's go and replace Max. What can we do with that? And you'll see here down through here, there's a whole lot of different other units which are currently locked. So we've got 2 control units, which are Gata and 8-Ball. We've got 1 melee unit, which is Max. We've got 1 ranged unit at the moment. And so the others are locked. So most of these are locked out of the current system where you can't actually go and do anything with them just yet, except 2 of them can be unlocked. So I thought we might do that now, actually. Let's go back and unlock one of the new players. So I don't do that in here. With the teams, I go and do that further back out, I think under collection. So in the collections, this is actually where we have, now some of these will be locked until the game releases, or until some sort of future time, but I'm sure these will be released at launch. Some of these play in the actual game itself, so you can play against some of these, and some of these you can play with when you are playing through the campaign. So you've got like and each of them plays uniquely different. They've all got like a unique skill set, but all within the same sort of parameters of like almost like a tabletop sort of situation where there's different abilities that they all actually have. Now we have a couple of different units in through this other side. We've got Hexa, who is another control group. So you can see down there, control, melee, range, control. Then we have a support unit down through here. So Pavati back in here, who is sort of like almost like a healer type unit. I do actually have 500 points to spend, so I did want to spend this and sort of show what can happen. So if we go in, and I really like Hexa, even though we've got other control units. We don't have any support units at all. Does that matter? No. I'm sort of tempted thinking that would probably be the better choice, would be to bring her in. But I'm thinking Hexa, she's sort of like she's someone that sort of does like, she sort of undermines things a little bit. Do we want them? Yeah, I'll get her. So she is the Nomad Witch. Okay, so worked hard for that moniker. Nomads are one of the other factions that we sort of saw in the actual tabletop version of the Infinity system. So you can see down through here, not a hell of a lot of hit points, not that much armor, movement points of 4, so fairly sort of stock standard, but then does have different abilities. One of the really cool things about this game is just the polish that they've put into the actual units themselves, and not just a matter of sort of being able to rotate around and zoom in and do stuff like that. Like that's sort of fairly stock standard, but it's the actual bits and pieces where you can actually then customize them and also learn about them, and this is actually really cool. So let's actually have a look at and learn about Hex. We haven't bought her yet. I think we can do that with her. So she can be unlocked with 500 points. We've got things, for example, like a voice test. So we can just hear what she says. Hope that's loud enough for you guys. And we also have Discovery, which is really cool. What this one does is it goes through and allows you to play little test games to show what they can do. So in this case, Hexa, the witch, earns a nickname from her unmatched control abilities. She can immobilize and reposition enemies from a distance with effortless precision, but her fragility makes her heavily reliant on her teammates. So if we just go and click on OK through here. So she's starting off down in here. So this is a sample run of what we then need to do. Objective, slowing and hindering the entire opposing team with Hexa. So in this case, this is the team through here. So we have to then try to learn what to do with her. It's probably not the greatest thing because I haven't really got explained how the game works. It's a bit like, I guess, XCOM, where you've got like 2 action points. You can see there, that would chew up 2, this chews up 1. So there's different abilities that we then actually have down through here. So she has got move, so can move 4 hexes. So that's what we can see through here. We've got the Void Blast, so hits deal +2 damage. So that's just her standard attack. All the units can make use of those fairly well. They'll all have some sort of standard attack back in through there again. So that's a range of 1 to 6. There's an Overwatch sometimes that people can use. In this case, we don't actually have access to that. We've got Gotcha. Hit applies immobilization to any opponent within range. Applies slow to each opponent adjacent to the enemy. So in this case, it's just a range 1 to 3. I can just play that one straight away on this unit. So this one has now been immobilized, and this one here has been slowed. And you can sort of see there, if I go and click on these, you can't really see it there, but it does actually come up with like a slow foot movement down through that other side. Now, I'm not sure what we need to then do, so slowing and hindering the entire opposing team with Hexa. The idea is to claim this territory, and so I can just move into there now with my remaining move. So let's just go and do that. And we'll just end our turn, and that should be... I'll try again. Remember to look at all the abilities. Okay, we didn't quite do what we had to go and do. But this is where, just through trial and error, we learn how to then make use of her. What else do we have? I didn't look at this one here. Hit, displace any champion obstacle or hexa drop within range. And so that's within 1 to 3. So I can do it with that one. Oh, hang on. Maybe it's that. What I maybe need to do here is actually... Can I do that? No, I can't. That one's outside the range. I can't hit that one. I think I can do this one here. No line of sight to the obstacle. Not sure what I need to do. So in this case, I'm sure it's Gotcha. So we're sure we have to use that. That has to be the one. Then it has to be this one here. Oh, because now they're removed. Oh, and we've got this group. Alright, so it must be this one here as well. So there was 2 of them we had to go and do. There we go. That was a discovery. I didn't see those other guys there. And so then it goes into, you know, what her next thing is do. Displace the hex drop to slow Miyotomo Musashi, which is one of the other units, to help Lakshmi get into the active zone. So we have an enemy through here, and what we need to use is displace the hexa drop, which is that one there. So we gain 2 slowed effects. So in this case, what I would then do is go into this thing, grab that, and then just move it across onto him to slow him down. So he's now been slowed down twice with this one, and we can then sort of just move across. Now I don't know if I can I do it with anyone else? Where's our other player? We need to get Lakshmi in, which is over here. I don't think I can actually make use of her. Range 1 to 3. I'll just move into the position, see if that's the correct answer. No, I should have moved that one down where she could grow and grab it.
Let's get going.
And that's what we can do. Yeah, try again. So I need to move that one across. So to do, again, you do learn, it's a really good way to learn the nuance of the game. Which I probably shouldn't have done this until we've sort of played a little bit, I guess, but just so that it makes more sense. And I'm just going to move this one where she can get access to it. End turn. Now she can race to there. And now we can get into the zone. There we are. And done it. So that's sort of, again, it just gives you different ideas as to how to then use the actual units themselves. And so here we've got another one. I won't keep on playing this because, but this is just purely little puzzles for each unit. And you doesn't have to just be the ones that you're thinking about unlocking. I do like her though, so I'm going to unlock her straight away. So we'll do the unlocking. So she's now available to us. We've only got 25 points left. If I just go back out. The other things we could have unlocked is the sponsors. So we have like different, and these provide different cards for when you're actually playing. So Pharma Corp, for example, has got like a lot of healing. So biostims, things like this. The Loro Loco group is more about, so you can see a lot of it's to do with 8-ball, where it's got like different sorts of things. We're a bit more aggressive. I actually prefer Pharma Corp, to be honest, with what I have played. Then you've got cams, celebrations, and stuff like these. These can all be unlocked. And then you've got sort of like an actual locker, which I'm not sure what that actually does do. So actually, what's the locker? We've got the banner, the avatar, your titles, emotes, tactics cards. So there's a whole lot of different stuff. I guess it's a summary of what we actually end up having there, I guess. But the champions, again, unlocking these over time is certainly pretty cool. To get the points, all you do is basically play the game. So if I just go back out again and have a look at the, that's the collection. Tournaments, I don't know if the tournaments will tell me how to do that. If I go into the guide, this is actually pretty cool as well. This just goes through the rules in a very succinct and clean way. So if you're needing to sort of know anything, there's not much to look at there, but it does sort of just go through what they all are, how things actually do work, which is quite nice. I think what we'll do is we're probably getting ready to actually start to play a game. So I think we'll get in and I'll then just do a deep dive into how to actually play the game. So we'll get going. Okay, what we'll do is we'll play a couple of games actually. We'll play one where it's just purely a practice game against sort of like Autobot type things, where I can sort of show the skill set that we have for the whole team, which will give you a better idea as to the specialization of the actual units themselves. If we go and do that from my team, I've got this team selected in this other side. If I go to edit the team, I can then go through and change different things about them, which we saw there before, bringing Hexa in. But I can click on practice, which actually then takes me into like a practice arena against these sorts of, not against other units. The reason I don't want to play against units just yet is because these are just little melee crab bots that we can then play against. And so they're going to be very easy to understand, which will then allow us to learn how to use our units more effectively and what they all do. So as it comes in, so this is still going to be an actual match, but only against bots. And that doesn't mean we're going to win. It's still difficult. So in this case, different phases of the game are, we need to set up how we're going to be setting things up with the actual game itself. So we need to deploy our champions in this deployment phase. They're all identical. And so if you have a look at the crab bot and through here, it literally is just going to have like 5 health, 4 movement, 1 armor. It's just a basic fighting, it can do basic things. We'll sort of see that when it does come back in. We've got a couple of things in through here. Cleansing, so remove all positive and negative status effects from any champion. So we can play that if we need to. We've also got Come On, so apply Taunted to any opponent within range. So this is actually applied by Max. So there's a Max card. And this one is a Hexadome Tactics card. So this one is just like a basic sort of card that we end up getting. We also get different cards. I don't know if we can see the cards. Yeah, this is them in here. So this is the actual deck that we have. And maybe I should explain how this works as well. So we've got different cards that come from different units. So the first one there, it's an 8-ball. I think it may be. So suffer 1 and gain 2 movement with Go On. We've got another Max card there, doubles your current armor or that of a teammate within range. You've got Ragdoll, so this is actually a Hexen one that comes in. We suffer 2 health damage, but displace yourself 1 hex around an obstacle within range. So Calm Down and we can play these at any point during our turn. So this is another trigger. There's another Hexen card, In this case, trigger if your opponent plays a tactics card, apply silenced on their active champion. So all of these will sort of we'll draw these out as we play the game. We can bring more of them out if we need them, and these can be the difference between winning and losing. So it's important to sort of know and build you build your deck by choosing the sponsor. So the sponsor has got like a few different cards in through here. I think that the to heal every teammate within range, for example, on the second row, biostims. These are coming from the actual sponsor that we actually have. So they bring their own cards in as well. And then we've just got the Hexadome Tactics cards are just like just general cards that everyone sort of gets access to. So it's like, again, the customization in this game is through the ceiling. Like, it's actually very, very high. We can change things as well. Even if I go back, if I just click on done and then just go and move back out of the way, then I'll just go back out again and just show you other customizations that we can then go and do. If I just go and leave the match and just come back to the actual group itself, if I go into the actual cards, like 8-Ball itself, we do actually have different cards that he can then play, I think. Sticky Fingers, when 8-Ball moves to an adjacent hex. We can't change the passive. So that's actually where that one is. Draw one card. It's not actually here. It's not this one here. Just go back out again. Go to the Tactics cards. So these are the various cards that we've got that can be applied from the different group. And so we can actually go and have a look at these cards in more detail down through here. These here for the actual heroes, we sort of need these. We can change these a little bit. So come to the party, grab every champion, obstacle, and Hexadome within range. No escape. So I don't think we're using those as such. If I go and click on that one, select Tactics to swap. So we can swap this one. I haven't played with this one that much. So these are actually cards that she then has. I see you suffer 1 health. I don't like the suffering the 1 health. I'll keep Ricochet there. No escape. This is her like special card that she has to then try to fulfill. Apply mark to every opponent. If she can do that, I think that she gets like a special ability. So they've all got like different things that they can then go and do. Grab every champion, obstacle, and Hexadome. Hex drop within range. Dance for me. Again, the suffer 1 damage but gain extra movement is not bad. Calm down. We've got Ragdoll, suffer 2. I don't know if that's a good one to use. Let's go this one, calm down. So we can just swap out the cards that we're then going to be using. And again, this is just how you personalize your actual gameplay, which is very, very cool. I'll leave all that there. I think I'll just go with that one. I don't know if I can change these. Biostim. Yeah, these are set. Like, we don't get to change those or the Hexadome cards. Yeah, these are just what you end up getting. It's just more the actual cards that your heroes will play is again very, very cool the way it sort of does work. Just go to my team. Let's go. If we click on practice again, this one will just bring us into this particular one. Let me explain the rules of the game using this. So the sponsor for them is Oxid, which won't really have much bearing. There will be drops on the map. But this is an extremely tactical game, so don't sort of be don't think it looks basic or anything. There's a lot going on here. So with it, we now need to go and change what we do. Now we've got the different bots will then actually sort of have, like, they'll come through. So the first bot moves second after 8-Ball. Then we've got this bot, it moves next, then this one, then this one. So that's going to be the order that they all move. For us, we have 8-Ball moving first, and so I can actually, if I go and click on 8-Ball, I can play him later if I need to. So if I'm thinking, look, I'd prefer him to come in, but I don't mind him actually using his Overwatch ability. So I'll move him up to here. That way he can move in with his first movement. Now, when we have a look at him, he's only got 4 movements. So 1, 2, 3. He can get to there in 3. That's fine. I just want to sort of be around in the middle of this area. So I need to, first of all, try to control this particular zone. So it says there, zone, secure the zone by having more champions than your opponent inside at the end of the round. So the end of the round is when everyone has had one turn. So as long as we've got more units in here than what they've got, then we should be okay. So he plays first. The next one that plays is Major Luna, who I don't know if I want to play her early. I think I'll play her later. In fact, that's number 1. If I just go and click on her, that's now number 2. I'll play her later in the round. That way Hexen will then come up. And I think that's actually fair enough to be played there. We can also, I can then just move them off. Now, one thing we can do is try to get ready for securing this back over here. I might try to claim this Hexadrop in through this other side. There's a few different Hexadrops down into here and different cards as well. Sponsor hexes that we can sort of then go and pick up. And she can shoot at very long range, so I'll move her across to there. And then we've got Hexa is going to be moving number 2. So I'll move her across, probably to actually put pressure on the units. So I'll just move her up into there. I don't want them really attacking her. Then Maximus, I'll move in. He's going to be moving last. So hopefully he'll get a chance to push someone out of the actual, out of the zone if we need to. Right, we're now done with our deployment. Yeah, so we do want to be picking up the extra sponsor hexes and these different hexadrops and stuff like this. So we'll just go and click on done. Now we get to move first, so it's now round 1. Get ready. There's 5 rounds. At the end of if there's no clear winner at the end of 5 rounds, then what will end up happening is they've actually deployed all the way back into here. Who's the first one? So that's there, and then the ones at the back. Okay. Now I can move all the way up. No, I can't move. I can move 2 and then not do anything. But what I want to do here is I want to stop them. They can't move through here. So what I could do is actually move to this position in here and then use the Overwatch. So the Overwatch, you can only use Overwatch with your last action point. Now we've got 2 action points at this point, and maybe I should explain how this one works. Think XCOM, where you've got like the 2 different action points to play through. So you can see there, I can move there with 1, I can then move there with 2. So if I moved up to there, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I'd only be able to, I'd be basically sort of standing in front of all of these different guys. If I move to there, it's only 1, and then I'm going to have another skill set that I can go and do. So if we have a look at 8-Ball, 8-Ball has got this Eat My Fajing, which is actually a range of up to 3. So deals 3 damage, and then critical deals an additional 2 damage. So there's that one through there. So the critical, again, don't rely on that. This one here, Overwatch, so hit, deal. So in this case, we do 3 damage. We then grab the target. And so if we can do the Overwatch, the grabbing the target is going to then sort of stop it from moving. So let's just say we moved up to there. I could then apply this to do 3 damage on one of these, or I could do the Overwatch and then stop it from moving, stop one of the players from actually then moving, which I'm thinking I will actually do, and be water do. So displace any champion, obstacle, or hex drop within range, 1 hex around yourself. So the range there is 1 to 2. So I can sort of move, I could, for example, move to there, pick that up and just move it anywhere in around this area if I needed to. But I'm thinking that I could either, these guys do actually have bullets, I'm pretty sure. So if that's the case, I just need to think about what we can then go and do there. If I go to there, they're all going to get shots at me. If I go back to here, I'll get 1 shot as one of them moves, and they'll then waste their turn. But I think this is the better move. So let's move to there, and then now we have access to Overwatch. If I click there a second time, it will then play out that move, which I'm happy enough to do it. There's no undo. I don't think there's an undo. Let's move across. There's no facing worries about anything as well. It's very, very simple. Like we've got 1 armor and we have, what's that, 7 health. And you can see down through here when I've actually, can we look at his stats? Not really looking at his stats as such. Oh, there we go. 7 health, 1 armor is what we're looking at, 4 movement. So with this one, we can do this one here where we can actually then go and grab one of these and move it anywhere we like, which we don't want to be doing. But these become very, very, these become great things you can then go and do. We can also then go and hit 1, like draw 1 tactics card, and then we get +1 hit point there as well. But I'm not going to worry about that one. I'm just going to go into Overwatch, and I'm just going to go and position it so that we end up positioning. I'll position it through there. I mean, I could do it there so that they end up sort of away, but I'll just do it. The first one to move is going to be moving into that position there, I think. So that's now used up all the action points. Now this crab bot is going to move in, trigger the actual overwatch. Bang. And it's now been hit. So 3 damage, 1 against its armor. And unfortunately, I was too far away here. So she's now taken like 4 damage, and so she's actually in a bit of a problem. That one couldn't disengage, so we've now locked that one in. It's a bit of a wasted turn for it, which is good. So now we actually have, she can now come in. We can either use her to pick up some of these. The trouble with here is one more shot against Major Luna and she's going to be out. So, and I don't want that to be the case. This is where I've actually moved probably a little bit far back. So these guys here, I don't know what they're... If I go and press tab, the attack is range 1 to 6. Range 1 to 6, so deals 4 damage. So these are difficult little things to actually then go and get. Now, will I... Like it's... yeah, we'll be able to hit that one there. This is an Oxid pickup. Let's just go and pick this one up. Now, this one here has got... This one is a range of 1 to 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't actually get that one. I do get the Overwatch. So hit deals 3 damage. Apply Immobilize to the target. That way we should be able to block them in. So let's just go and do that with an Overwatch. So we'll go there, and then we'll do the Overwatch out this side. So we'll just go and Overwatch there. So any movement that comes this way, we'll then just go and Immobilize. Now, this is where we've got to choose one tactics card to draw. We've taken over this particular location. It's now a Pharma Corp location. And so I can go and pick any of these. Apply Mark to any opponent within range. So this is Ricochet. So I've got another max one. Come on. So apply Taunted to any opponent within range and suffer 2. Revive a down teammate within range. I might throw that card in, just in case we need it. Now it's firing at Maximus. It's going to get rid of all of its armor, plus 1 health. And then Overwatch is now kicking in. So it couldn't move. So it's been immobilized. And it's almost dead. It just played a card, Self-Care. It just got itself back 3 hit points. In fact, it just got played another card as well. So you can play as many cards as you need to, as you like. So unfortunately, that one is now up to full health again. This one is not. So I can actually use Major Luna to do a shot here. I can actually do a called shot, deal 4 damage. You can see it's only 80% chance to hit. So it's not great. If I move up to, say, here, this Hexadrop, if I did that one and then did a shot, what will we end up with? We don't get to see anything. It's blocked because Hexa is in the way. Just right click. In this case, if I moved up to, say, here and did it, and did the shot at that point, it's still only 80%. So 80% no matter what we do. I think what we'll do is we'll take the shot. We'll see if we can actually do this one. So I'll just right click again, just move that one back. So we'll take our shot here. If we do the this one here, gain the Eagle Eye status effect. So if we do an Overwatch, we can then, this one here is the shots we have is range 1 to 6. So it's going to be basically, sorry, 3 to 8. 3 to 8. So we do certainly have long range attacks. If I went there, for example, and then had a look at the shot, I do get a shot there. That might be worth doing. That way we pick up another card straight away. And then we just go into Overwatch. Because I think we're going to be able to take this now. I don't think I can actually take this location. So let's go and do that. So we'll just go and do the Overwatch down this way. I don't think we'll have to worry about this other side. So we'll just go and face down this other side here. So we choose another tactics card. So we've got Retreat, plus 3 hit points, Self-Care. That's a good one. We'll grab that one. This one's moving. It's still got its attack that it can then go and do. And it's going to be attacking... Oh no, it didn't actually get to attack him. It had to move all 2 hit points to move into that location. So, in reality, I can push this one back using this Get Out of My Way card. And this is now... There's still one more unit to move, which is not going to worry me that much. So I'm going to move Maximus into here. That gives me 2. I can then use the push card. So I'm going to move him into there, out of my way, and then push him back. That will then leave me with 2 inside, and with only 1 more of them to make use of. So we've been able to make like use of where they actually are, these little bots. So again, he's actually got like a shield which does 4 damage. This one here just pushes it. So, but what we need to do, in fact, I don't think that this one here has got a hope in hell. If I just right click again. That one there, I don't think it's got a hope in hell of actually getting anywhere. Like once we're actually in here, they can't jump or do anything special. So I could just do damage, and that way we've got it set up. So let's just go and do this. Let's go and move in and actually just do damage to this actual unit. So, oops, hang on. Move in there. Do the damage. Now what does the Overwatch do? Deals 4 damage, applies silence to the target. Yeah, that's okay. So we'll just go and get this one sort of down a little bit. So the reason that I didn't need to push it out, we've got the 2 in here, so we've now got control of the zone, and this unit can't really affect that because it can't push us. All we can see, if I hover over that unit and press tab, I get to see what it can do. It's only got really this 1 attack, 4 damage. It's got Overwatch there with 3 damage and applies Dizzy to a target, and it can pick up another card. So I'm assuming... I don't think it can actually reach this particular one, Major Luna. If it moves into this range here to start to... Like if it can't get this one, so it'll now start to think about, look, I'll pick up these for the next round. So we'll just end our turn in here. Yeah, it's going to go for Hexa. Didn't get the critical. And it picked up a card. Okay, so it picked up more cards. So we take the lead. Now we don't have to stay and protect this zone. Once we've got the zone, we've got the zone. It's a score. Round 2. So now we see who's going first. Wow, all of them get to move first. That's unusual. Which is... We can still get the Overwatch active. That's good. We picked up a card there, and it's now inside the zone, and has used surgery to help to heal itself up a little bit. So it's funny, it's unusual to see everyone moving with the whole lot. It does allow us to really plan out our attack. Oh, critical hit. We're down to 2. Okay, cleans it had like a virus on it. It's now been cleaned up with team upgrade. Did it manage to disengage? Now they've got 3 inside the zone. So now it becomes a puzzle game for us. Like, how do we get here and do what we have to do? So there's some things we can't really do properly, like hay. So revive a down teammate. We don't need to do that one. The extra movement we can't do just yet. I can pick up this one here, gain the focus status effect by moving into there. So it's max first, then it's 8 ball. 8 ball can still only move the 4 as well. We can get 3 units inside here, but I need to be pushing them back. 1, 2. I'm not going to be able to do that one. What I need to do is I need to move into this one here, move past this guy. Actually, I can kill that one off using max if I can get to there. Let's just go and pick this one up in here. So we pick that one up. We then play the card. Let's just do this one first. By the way, our armor comes back at the end of every round. Now, if I move into there, that's my last move. I've got come to the party, grab every champion, okay, within range. That's not going to help me. Cleansing, removal positive, and stat negative. Okay, we don't need that one. Go on, suffer one. If I go and apply this one here, it gives me 2 moves. And I can disengage because I'm a melee fighter and this guy's not as good. I can actually now push forward still with my 1 action point. So I've taken 1 health point in here. We're going to do that one, we'll disengage, and then we're going to get out of my way and push this one outside the zone. That one's out. I could have again killed it and displaced it that way. So he's now moved. He can't do anything else. We just need to now get all 4 of these in here. So I can actually push. This one's a 90% disengagement there. I can actually do it this way if I needed to. Now I've got come to the party, grab every champion obstacle. So if I move this one further back out, I can move that one out as well, just by doing come to the party, grab every champion obstacle and hexadrop within range. So the range here is 2 to 3 actually. So let's just go and let's try that. Let's go and move there, and then come to the party. Oh, that doesn't work. It moves our guy out and leaves them where they are. So not going to work. All right. What about if we did it back over here? That moves one out. It gives them another card, but that still sort of works. That just leaves 1 inside, which it gives us the game. So we'll get the game this way. So I'll rush over, use both action points, play the card. There he goes. So he's now moved the elements around as well. Moved that one out. We've still got his move as well. So we've got cleansing, which we don't need to do. Self-care, we don't need to do. I mean, I can play it if I wanted to, but I really just don't need to because we've now got the game. The game is ours, so we'll just end our turn. These are nice to play against because you know what you're up against. It doesn't get confusing, and you can really start to sort of figure out exactly what you want for your groups. So gotcha is immobilized. This one here, displace any champion obstacle within range by 1 hex. So I'm just going to go and move into here. And then we'll place this one. Just go and throw this one. Grab it. And throw you out. So we've already won. Just end our turn. And Major Luna with the shot. I might as well kill one of them. Why not? So I'll kill this one here. Downed. And I'll just pick up another tactics card. So I'll execute this one.
Thank you.
There we go. So this is essentially that's the gameplay. That's going to be the end of the round, which will give us the victory. It's a really cool game. Like it's a game that when you start to sort of go through the tutorial, you sort of think, oh, this is fairly simple. And then as you start to play more and more of it, there is also an easy mode as well. So there's different AI modes. But that was again really cool. Really cool to play it that way. So there they all are. All right, so we'll just escape and skip out of that one. Let's play a game now against one of the actual other AI teams. That gives you a feel as to, I guess, the game loops. So that was certainly a good indication of what does go on. You don't get any points for practice. You do get the points by playing actual games. So even if you're playing against just the AI, you still pick up points. Okay, so now we going to have like a much more difficult fight. So we're going to play. We're going to custom game. We're going to versus bot. So what we end up having through here is we've got our team, and again, the more we play with our team, the more we're going to get used to the little extra things they can do, how they perform better, etc., etc. We've got like another group of players over here. We do have a same player there twice. Hexon is there twice. So I can go and change the AI team. I can change my team as well if I'm wanting to. So what do we end up having here? So this one here gives us, it's got the same character there. They're all unique. Farmer Core would be good to get something a bit different. Nope, it's got the same characters. Yeah, it's hard finding one without the same characters in it, of course, at this stage. So they don't have all the characters in here. Yeah, I think there's only one team that actually, this one here is the only one that's actually got unique characters. That'll be good, actually. So we've got Pavati, who we almost bought with some of the money that we actually had. We've got Renegade, I think is the one at the back there, with the sort of big shotgun type thing. We've got Valkyrie, who is very similar to Max. She sort of causes freezing and so on and so forth. And then we've got Senor Massacre, who is a really violent, aggressive character who is, when you're playing through the tutorial, you get to play with a lot of these characters as well, and these are really cool. So anyway, play with the timer off. The bot difficulty, we've only got either normal or easy. I'm going to play with normal. It's actually hard, like it's actually fairly hard. And we then have the Hexadome itself, which is not really going to change much. Again, over time, I'm guessing these will then unlock. Arena type, this is actually pretty cool. We've only got the, so you can see that there will be different arenas. Modern with 3 zones, there will be other variants as well. So let's just go and start, but again, this is for when the game does release in, what's that, about a month and a half. So we'll start the game. Here we go. So we've got our different group in through here. There's 2 melee fighters. Actually, Senor Massacre is actually considered a melee. So this is this does make life, I guess, a bit more difficult in terms of brute strength. So we're not going to have it our own way this time. Well, we didn't have it our own way last time, but we did well. So here's our team, zipping around like Roller Dome. Let it do its thing. Here we go, Infinity Hexadome Tactics. So we have the same style of layout. You can see it's a bit different with the where things have been positioned. So we've got some blockers which are just sort of positioned in through this other side. In the last one, there wasn't a gap around the outside edge. There is in this one, in this particular map. I think that some of these are randomly positioned over time as well. And so these are the 3 different zones. We've got the first zone, second zone, and the third zone will be the unlocks. So the first fight is to take control of this particular zone. The order of fighting is going to be 8-Ball, first of all, and then Pavati, coming back in with what she actually has. If I press Tab, it's very important we know what the skill set is of the enemy. So if I press Tab in through here, there, she's got a basic movement, so 5 hexes, so she can move further than most of our units. Submachine Gun Akimbo, this is range 2 to 6, deals 3 damage, so it's very basic attack. Overwatch does... hits deal 3 damage and she gets 2 hit points back, so Overwatch for her is very, very good. Reset range, so hit heal any teammate within range for 2 hit points, removing negative status effects, so great support unit there for as a healer. Medikit, so hit heal on any teammate within range for 2 hit points, restore the armor of any teammate within range as well. That's actually again a nice one. Hype, and we've got the Lazarus protocol back and through here. So whenever a party is automatically revived at the start of her turn, she gets 2 action points instead of 1. So when she comes back, if she's knocked out, she actually comes back almost at full strength. We didn't see that because no one was knocked out in the last one. But essentially, if you can like finish off the armor, and the armor being the 2 points there, and then the 5 hit points, if we can destroy her or any one of them, they essentially come back with only one action point when they sort of arrive back in. So at the start of her turn, she'll get 2 action points instead of just the 1. So that's her. If we go back across, just right click on Hannibal. So Hannibal, I think I called him Renegade before, but Hannibal is got a coordinated assault. So this one deals 4 damage the hit chance increases by 10% for every teammate with line of sight against the target. So the more that people can see, the better off they'll be. The Overwatch just deals 4 basic damage, which is nice. Program strategy, in this case, hit the target teammate within range may perform any non-attack ability for free. In addition, increased target teammates hit chance by 10%. Then we've got Hype, everyone's sort of got that one. Then Point Man increases the hit chance of any teammate by 20% whenever Hannibal has line of sight on their target. So again, interesting little sort of like almost like a Hitman type unit. Just right click. Valkyrie is one of the heaviest hitting ones in the fight. So we've got move, charge of the Valkyrie, just range 1 to 3. So inflict 4 damage. Hit chance increases by 20% for each hex Valkyrie moves through during this attack. So again, the chance goes up. And then they've got critical hit there for another +2. Got Overwatch there, so we can slow the target. We've got Frostbite, so applies immobilize to one opponent within range. So that's one way they can just basically freeze them. We've got Hype in through there. Benediction of Freya, this is like a special one. Gains an additional 20% hit chance per immobilized opponent on an adjacent hex. So the more that can be frozen or immobilized, the better off for her. Then the Benediction of Thor, so Valkyrie is permanently immobile back and through here. I'm not sure what happens with that one there. If we go Alt, what does that one tell us? So an immovable champion cannot be forcefully pushed, displaced, or swapped. So that's what happens there. So again, I can just press the Alt key. I didn't see that before, but at least everything is so well explained in this game. It really is great. Then finally we have Senor Massacre, who is an absolute beast. So if we go and press Tab in through here. So he's got Tavoya Cascar in through here, range 1. So this one deals 4 damage. So it's just literally a hit chance applies to 20% if the target is taunted. So there's so if it's a taunted target. Overwatch, 4 damage. It's only range 1 again, I think. So apply taunted to the target. So this one here is Hey Malpararo, which is a range 1 to 3. And so applies taunted to any opponent within range. Displace yourself 1 hex around any opponent within range. So he moves in for melee. So he moves into like a melee area. And then we've got this one here is Fura de mi Camino. So push any opponent within range by 1 hex. So again, we'll be able to push units out. This is a great little unit. There's a few units in here that are like samurai type units, and he's one of them. It's very, very cool. Hype, and then we've got regeneration as well. At the end of his turn, Senor Massacre will automatically heal for 2 hit points. Great unit. I can't wait for this one to be unlocked so I can actually play with it, in an actual game. It's playable when you start to play through the tutorials. A lot of these are playable, come into your actual kit at that time, and it's really, really cool. So we've got our deployment of the champions. We've got 8 ball moves first, then Pavati. Then we've got the shooter, then their shooter coming back in this other side. Then we've got our displacement one in through this other side, the Valkyrie, then Max in there. I'm feeling that Hexen's going to ultimately be someone we can use to to get a win. So I'm going to move her back, play later. We can sort of set things up. So she's now going to be at number 4. But that's going to be, we're going to be playing before this one. Do we move this one back as well? No, I think I'll keep Major Luna back in here. So we'll just do some damage in through this other side. So we'll deploy our champions. I think we'll do the same thing as what we did last time and actually bring 8 ball out. 8 ball is, if I move into there, like if I, that position, I don't know if he can see that position. So I don't know if I can actually, if he can see that. It might be worth doing an Overwatch with 8 ball out this way. Now it means that somebody's probably going to get to that position. But it does protect him a little bit. Actually, no, I don't know. Maybe not. It's his skill set again. Tab. Coordinated assault. Yeah, no, it's just a shotgun. It's only short range. Just I think that they'd be able to get the kill on him before anything actually happens. So maybe I think this might be the best way. Let's move you back around. So I'll move you down, move you at the back.
Good.
Because she's going to be able to get long range. With him in there, just go and click on done. Can he move into there? And we'll do the Overwatch here. This is quite a strong Overwatch that he has. So Pavati is going to move in. Overwatch hits.
This probably hurts. Recharging. Initiating.
Now they've used advanced surgery just to heal themselves up. The AI does a great job of using the cards.
This was unnecessary.
It's very strong. We've just lost our armor from Hexen. Now Major Luna, can you get a shot there? You get a shot there, which I'm quite happy with. Nice. That was a critical, I think. Yeah, I think we got a critical shot there. Now we can get an Overwatch in here as well. I'll have a bit of a look. Not really a lot. It's only if someone moves through that hex there or through these. I won't do that. Apply slowed to any opponent within range. So the leg shot. I can hit that one again. Doesn't do damage as such. What do we have? We've got Ricochet, apply mark to any opponent within range as well, and we've got Dance for Me. So if an opponent enters the zone, they receive 3 damage straight away. Might do that with Maximus. We can go off and do other things, like we've got +2 hit points there, or we can pick up the sponsor one here. I think I'll pick up the cards. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the shot there.
It's best to shoot between heartbeats.
If we did slow it down, it would stop it from being able to attack. But I think I'll go here. And we've got self-care. I like this one a lot. I'll throw that one in there. Alright, so she can just keep on moving. At the moment she's fairly well hidden away, so that's actually okay. I can't do any overwatches or anything, but I can start to sort of move. She's not going to be inside this area. I'll just move her across. We'll end her turn. So Hannibal.
Not so far now.
Now he's going to get another shot on these two. Maximus took a lot of damage there. Now if I push him out, I can get into there and then push him out, which will give us this area unless they can then destroy us, which is still possible. I'm going to do self-care. It doesn't cost any actions, just so he can survive this next area. So let's move in, and then we'll do the push. Get out of my way.
Count on me. Back off.
So it means that they're going to have to get into here to be able to then go and do anything. Now we've still got Dance for Me. So if an opponent enters the zone, they receive 3 damage. I think it's going to have to happen that way. We've got Ricochet as well. Let's go and play this card now. It's only that one there. Can we do that one? That's an 8-ball one. Oh, yes, I can still do it. Actually, I don't think we have to worry about it. I think that's going to be... this is the zone, actually, it's talking about. I should have saved that one. I'll keep that one where that is, and we'll end our turn.
You and I both. both knew this would happen.
Disengage failed. She couldn't make it. And that gives me my turn now. So, we've done all we needed to do. I can actually now move it just across into here. We've got this. This is now ours. So we can just get ready for the next phase. Now we do actually have Void Blast. It's only 2 damage, so it hardly does any actual damage at all. But I can move all the way back to like get this Hex drop. Or I can grab this one as well to get the extra hit points. I don't know if it gets added to what I've got, or if it's just a healer. I think I'll go with the Joker. We don't know what order it's going to be next round either. Now, can this guy get into there? If he can get into there, then that's going to be a problem. I could move in here and that would then stop him. Then this one here is 3 damage. Range 1 to 6. Yeah, we can do that. I don't get the card there. I do get... No, there's still two shots there. So 1 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if I go there, I can actually range all of this off. I'll just do that. Oh no, I've only got one or the other. I'll go this way.
Let me show you some magic.
Which way he's going to go? Yeah, he's going to try to get in there. He's been immobilized. Great. So we win this one through superior tactics. So he picked himself up a tactics card, and this is interesting. So we've now got the first point, and you can see how difficult it can be, or different it can be once you've actually got other units. Playing your cards correctly is really important. This is now the next area that we're going to be fighting for. So Senior Massacre is going to go first. He's using a tactics card. Got a blitz. He's getting more and more cards. He's playing heaps of cards. Pavati is going to try to disengage. He's only got a 60% chance, and she failed. This is a big advantage to us.
Thank you for this opportunity.
She's playing a tactics card now. So we have, well, I've got a shot there. He's not going to get another shot. He's out of this round now. So there's only 2 of them that can actually get in here. I just need to get 3 in this zone. So if I shoot one of these, that almost kills him. Because they've only got, what have they got left? They've got him. And that's it. So there's an 80% chance now to get a critical hit here. Let's just go for it.
Easy.
Yep, so he's still got 2 hit points. Yeah, so he's still got a couple there. Now, I do have Overwatch, but I need to now move into this zone. And really now it's just a matter of now protecting the zone. So I will move up, and if this one comes charging in, I don't want it to where it can knock me out.
Each minute counts.
So when does it get to move? That one moves next. Then Maximus. Yeah, so we've still got a few things we can do here. Let's just move into here and execute.
Taking position.
So we've now taken this area. We're now 1 up with everything we've got. We've still got Ricochet, Apply Marked, and Scram. Push every champion obstacle or hex drop within range by 1 hex. I can't do that yet. I think this is a max only one. Anyway, let's end our turn there. Now he's going to try to disengage, is he? He's picked up another action point, has he? Yes, he has. He's got healing. He's applying damage.
Don't try me.
Wasn't enough. They're now in the way of this unit, which is actually good for me. Now we've been immobilized. That means we don't get a chance to do anything. Now, disengaging here is going to be 90%. That one can get in. I can get into here. Like, it's a 90% to disengage. That will give me the win. All I need to do is just have 2 units in here and I'm done. So I think I'll actually go and do that. So we'll, none of these. I've got scram, push every champion obstacle or hexadrop within range by 1 hex. So if I go and play that one, if I go and do it, this one's actually applied. It's got the immobile, so it can't actually be moved. So when I do that one there, it's showing that those other two are going to be moved out of the way, but not her. And she's the only one I'm really concerned about. But it's only 90%. What's the chance? It's only a 10% chance we're going to fail here. So let's go and move this one into this position. Yep, we're through. That's going to be the win for us, because they've only got one more move left. We'll end our turn. I've played this a fair few times now, and I am really surprised at just how good the game is, like in terms of the way it just keeps on sort of performing, I guess. So again, even though they've got 2 in here, we've still got the claim here, so they're now just going for kills, or going for damage. So the last one we have left is, we've got 2 of them left. This one now has been frozen into position. I can go and grab more cards, so I can sort of just go and pick this one up through here. I can displace them. I can't displace her because of her special ability. So let's go and grab the card. This is a tactics card. So we've got heal, not that we need it. So and I've still got the I can't even push her out. So I can really do damage. Just grab another card. Removal. All right. So in this case, his turn has ended there. Now she is Hexa, can't move, but like if I wanted to get removal, I could just play this card and play it on her if I had to. I mean, we're going to win anyway, so we'll just go and position her in there. If I go there, that's 2. Yeah, no, just move into there. That way we've got 3, and we'll just end our turn. We don't need to do anything else. Confirm the skip, yes, because we've got this one won. We did well there, actually. It's, the game is not easy. But we had a few things there where we used Overwatch, and I think it was the Overwatch that actually gave us the what we actually ended up having there. Anyway, guys, that is Hexadome Tactics, a game I do highly recommend. It's a game that surprised me, just how tactical it was and how much fun it was and how every single character is actually completely different. It's brilliant. It really is. It's a game that I thought I'd enjoy it. I didn't think I'd love it, but I actually love it. It's sort of one of those games that has really taken me by surprise. I didn't know much about the Infinity Universe at all. In fact, I knew nothing about it, and so I didn't understand what to expect. And as soon as I actually understood, okay, this is actually a tabletop game, it really started to make things started to sort of click with me, just the way things did work, and that it's a tabletop game using sort of like combat specialists, which is what we end up playing with in this particular game. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. It's probably gone on for a bit of time now, but it's as I said before, I'm really, really so pleasantly surprised with what this game has got. It's a game that like even when I was trying to learn the game, I was blown away by just the amount of information. I think we've gone through. I've shown you how the different units can be then sort of how you can learn all their specific skill sets and stuff. It's just absolutely brilliant. Here we go. 8 ball, 1 point scored, 0 frags, 4 hexes crossed, so he didn't do much. 1 point scored through there, 1 sponsor claim there, so she did claim 1. 5 damage inflicted, that was good. 1 point, 2 damage inflicted, and 5 hexes crossed. Maximus, 2 points scored, and 10 hexes crossed, so didn't do a lot of damage there. So that's the different sort of things we end up getting with that one through that other side for the opponent. They ended up with only 1 hex crossed in through there. She didn't do much at all. Hannibal did get 1 hexa drop, 1 sponsor claim, and 6 damage, so he did fairly well. Valkyrie did actually do fairly well, but in the end she couldn't finish off. Like, we were sort of too far ahead in the last one. And then 7 hex crosses through here. Didn't do anywhere near as much damage as what he would normally do. So you'll see that if you do pick up it's not a demo because you don't pick it up through the demo process. But if you are wanting to play the game, and I do highly recommend the game, to just go across into the Discord. If you go into the Steam server, there'll be a link to the Discord in the description as well, so you can go to there and actually then sort of apply for the playtest, which is, as I say, I've just been blown away by it. It's these are like a lot of the people working on this are sort of like strategy game veterans, like in terms of very high end strategy games. Like I know some of their pedigrees of the people who have worked on this, and it's no wonder that it's as polished as what it is. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this sort of content. But this is a game that I think is an absolute brilliant game. I'll catch you later.